Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LRS Stock Car Series. This time, we are here for the M Drivers. It's going to be the LRS GT Challenge at Circuit of the Americas. We're going to race for 5 laps to find out who is going to be taking the final spot for the GT category, the GT3 category for the Legends of Journeys, which is going to be at Daytona for 250 kilometers. A little bit more than what we have in Prototype. Prototype is 200 and it's going to be 250 for Legends 1. Legends 2 is going to change up. It's going to be 500 kilometers instead. And it feels way better for way longer. Of course, it feels more like an absolute insane level race, which it is. It is the greatest against the greatest. Keep an eye out for also the upcoming races that we'll have in LRS. Those being, or LRS Stock Car, and that's of course the, I need to think real quick of the names. The Wingspan Brickyard race and the big race of them all, the biggest one and the best race of LRS Stock Car, the Daytona finale. As we're going to be taking a look at the qualifying session here, Metro coming out, and we did not have to worry about Metro at all in the slightest. We did not have to worry about Metro. He's the first, or he's the second ever candidate to get that spot. One driver I am curious about is the one right here, Kanzi, the number 7. Excuse me. The number 7 of Kanzi, I am really curious of how he's going to do here at the race for the final entry. Kanzi already has experience in the GT car since he was part of the GT series or the GT test season. He was part of it. He didn't perform super well, but he had an alright session over there. It wasn't extremely fantastic, but neither was it horrible. He had a few points under his name, and that's all you pretty much need, because there were a lot of drivers with 0 in that season. I think I think there were like 5 drivers out of the 20 drivers who literally had 0 points. Meanwhile, the rest all had 0, or all had over like at least 2 points. Jimmy Fuego is also another one. He also races in GT. Both the Bookshop Bros race in GT. So Jimmy Fuego is also going to be in it. And he's of course going to drive the, if he will, he already races in GT for the test season. He also partook in it. And he will be racing he races the Mercedes AMG in that series too. He races the Mercedes AMG GT. The same model as JKR. And Jack, however, Jack does not race in GT, but he races in Formula, and he stays in Stock Car. I think. Hold on, give me a second. Let me look. I do not want to spread false information. Let me double check real quick. I almost dropped my phone in soda. Don't do that, people. That's not good. Yeah, Jack will be in Stock Car. Meanwhile, Jack's going to be in Stock Car Formula. Danny Allister is going to be in GT and Prototype. Danny Allister, another driver, is also in GT. As I said beforehand, he's going to be racing GT and Prototype. He also races the same model as JKR and Jim Fuego. He also races a Mercedes AMG GT. So it won't be surprising if he also possibly will win, because it'll be actually really insane if he does win with the Mercedes. Meanwhile, Metro we're looking at about to cross the line in a bit and submit the first run And then we'll see who's able to beat the 21's run. And of course, that's not really the thing. Like, if Metro does get pole position and wins the race, it's about the second driver then. Because it's the same way like what we had with Scratch. Scratch won twice in Legends, in Laguna Seca Legends. The second time, Audi was second, and Audi got that spot. So, if Metro happens to win again at LRS GT Challenge, then we will give it to the second driver, or the driver who ended up in second place. Now, if it were to be JKR, for example, who ends up in second, then it's gonna go to the driver in third. It's gonna go like that until we actually get a driver. And Jack with the fastest time, Kanzi in a close second, and JKR coming over to straightaway over here. Meanwhile, Danny Allison in third and Metro all the way in fourth. I mean, he doesn't really have to push since, as I said, he already has his spot in the race. So I think he's just not gonna push and he's gonna lay back for the race. He's still gonna race, but like more so just relax and prepare for the Legends Endurance and also for the Daytona finale, because that's also gonna happen afterwards. So we have less than 4 minutes remaining here. Current standings is JKR, Zach, Ricky, Yasab, Demi Hollywood, Metro. Well, excuse me. JKR, Zach, Ricky, Yasab, Metro, Jimmy Fuego, Demi Hollywood, Danny Allison, Kanzi, and Jack, who is now in pole position, or is currently in pole position with a 2:12:0:34 here at Coda. Jimmy Fuego all the way in 8th. But Zach all the way in 2nd. He gets really close to Jack, and he could definitely challenge him for possibly the last spot. Ooh, Jimmy on 2 wheels over there. And this man has a habit for being on 2 wheels. Because Jimmy Fuego, I think it was last season in the LRS GT race, where that man flipped upside down. That man actually flipped at turn 1 and went all the way to 10th. And mind you, I think it was 3rd or 2nd, and that was still when the points counted for races like these. I'm saying races like it used to count, like we're gonna have this race again, or a race like this again. We won't. This is gonna be the last ever LRS GT Challenge race. And same story for the Laguna Seca Legends. This season's Laguna Seca Legends was the final Laguna Seca Legends race. Of course, we're gonna have a race called Laguna Seca Legends in Prototype, but it doesn't have to do with the Legends Endurance. It's purely just an ode to the name, the racing event itself, because it is equally as legendary as Daytona finale to me. Like this is where like drivers, the best of the best, are going against each other, which then they will see each other again at the endurance race. And what I mean with like 250 kilometers, gonna be the first endurance race, and or Legends Endurance, and then the second one, 500. We have a lack of entrants. We have like 10 drivers who will be joining, and over here we'll be finding out who's gonna be the 10th driver, which might possibly be Jack, Zach, or Kanzi, depending on how the race goes, and possibly Ricky. I don't know, but it'll be insane. But that's where we're going to find out. And it's gonna be just 10 drivers, and Legends 2 is gonna be 500 kilometers. Why? Because we have 25 contestants during that time. Of course, there's going to be 5 champions ranked every season after Legends 1. So we'll have Stock Car champion, GT champion, Formula champion, Prototype champion, and also Prototype rookie champion. Meaning that, so you have Prototype champions, so that's LMP1. And Prototype, I would say Prototype M. And that's LMP3 cars. Actually, no. Better name. Prototype 1 champion, Prototype 3 champion. Bam. Even better. And they'll all race against each other. But I'll go more in detail during the race. I'll just talk about it more, just so we can watch the race and not have dead silence for the entire race, as the qualifying session here at COTA comes to an end. Looking at Danny Elser in 6th, and gonna come over to the finish line. I think he's gonna be the last driver to come over. No, never mind. We have Metro still, and Jack over there. Oh no, they just about to cross the line. See if Jack could improve on his run or not. Well, it looks like he didn't. Kanzi, however, can he improve on his run? Or is it going to be a done deal for the 7? No improvement from him. How about Danny Allister? No improvement, meaning that your top 5 here at COTA, it's going to be Jack, Zach, Kanzi, Ricky, and Jim Fuego's about to go green. And we're going to find out who's going to be the final driver to join the Legends Endurance 1. Is it going to be Jack? Is it going to be Zach? Oh, it might be Zach. Immediately made contact, backed out, and now Jack has the lead. He could be the next driver, but I might be calling it too soon, since it's just round 1 of 5. There's still 4 more laps to go, and shit might possibly hit the fan within those laps. So let's not pop the champagne too soon. Let's see how this will play out. Kanzi immediately lurking, going left and right, trying to find a way to get a... Ooh, Danny Allison on 2 wheels over there. Ruthless. No fear in him. Now Jimmy Fuego on the inside of Danny Allister. Can he get it? Yes, he will. No, he won't. He's gonna back out again. Now onto the straight. You see, Demi, he tried to get ahead of Jim Fuego. Didn't really work. Now 2 drivers gonna try to go for an overtake. It's gonna be both Metro and Demi. We're gonna try to do an overtake with Jimmy and JKR. A bit of push and pulling with the 72, but the 21 did almost get ahead. Oh yeah, there's a lot of contact being made between Metro and JKR. So still side to side now. Metro has the inside advantage, pushes JKR a bit wide, and he now has the 72. Whoa! Oh, there goes Yasop into the wall over there. JKR and Yasop lost control, and JKR accidentally pushing off Yasop. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Yasop back into the pits. There goes his chance. All down the drain is about to go into lap 2. Jack still leading the race. So as I was saying during the qualifying session about the drivers, the champions, I'm also gonna tell you which categories will have what seat. So for stock car drivers, they'll get GT3. GT drivers will of course get GT3. LMP3 drivers will also get GT3. Then prototype drivers will get LMP1 and Formula drivers will get LMP1. Meaning that we have 10 LMP1 drivers and 15 GT3 drivers. Basically, we're gonna have a mix of pro drivers and M drivers. Which, yes, we're circled back to pro and M again. But in the form of a Legends Endurance, and that's why I'm gonna do 500 instead of 250. But if 500 is too much, we're pushing it back to 250 then. And I'm also genuinely thinking of adding an oval. Because why not? It's fun. I mean, Daytona is going to be ran on Daytona road course. Like, let's say, like, for example, like fucking Talladega or something, or like Indianapolis. I mean, no, I won't do Indianapolis because there's the LRS 400 at the Brickyard, which is an actual race from prototype. Which is, funny enough, 100 laps around Indy. On the oval. Jack still in the lead. It's about to go in because we are already into lap 3 out of 5. Zach's chances are getting slim, and Jack's chances are getting large. They're getting better and better. He could possibly get himself into the Legends Endurance and get the final seat. And start with preparing. And also for the Legends Endurance, we're also gonna choose a winner. Of course, there's gonna be a GT3 winner and also a LMP1 winner. The top 3 for GT3 will be able to race in LMP1 if they happen to qualify again in GT3, or if they happen to qualify again in Legends Endurance by. And also, the way you win in or enter Legends Endurance is if you win a championship in any category. And let's say, for example, we have Kanzi. He becomes champion in GT and Formula. He gets the LMP1 seat because he won Formula. Despite the fact that he won GT, he will still enter in Formula. And then, if he happened to be champion in both GT and Formula, and he gets to see the Formula, the second driver in GT, he will get that seat for Legends. And that's how we're pretty much going to do it. Some drivers, of course, they'll get 2 spots for GT3, or there are 2 series which only can get GT3. So like, let's say who does? Demi races in stock car, and actually no, JKR is a better example. JKR races in stock car and GT. He's going to be racing in stock car and GT. If it happens that JKR becomes a stock car champion and a GT champion, he'll get the LMP free seat, or he'll get the GT free seat, and the driver in we're gonna check the points. Okay, well this is pretty unfair, but let's say stock car's like behind, so GT is gonna be second driver in GT will take JKR's spot then, and he'll take stock car one. It's a bit of a complex situation, but I'll still figure it out as time goes by. As we're about to wave white flag. One more lap to go here at the LRS GT Challenge at Coda. It's one more time around, and we'll find out if Jack will become the final driver to join Legends Endurance, or Zach will become the final driver to join Legends Endurance. And also another thing that we'll do, it's gonna include already existing drivers, Legends 1 drivers and Legends 2 drivers. And let's say like it'll slowly add the drivers from like Legends 2, Legends 3, Legends 4, Legends 5. And it's basically errors. So after Legends 1 we're gonna have drivers joining. After Legends 2 we're gonna have drivers joining. Legends 3 drivers joining. So after every Legends we have a whole new slate, 5 seasons, rookies, pros, all going against each other. And there's going to be the regionals. So regionals is going to be Europeans going against each other, Asians going against each other, Americans going against each other. And the American one is actually very huge. I can tell you, there's 21 contenders, I think. 21 contenders. Asia is 11, and I think Europe is 10. As we about to take a look at Jack coming over to the last few turns, and Zach's still behind him, but Zach did not find a way to get ahead of Jack in the slightest. And Jack not even faced or bothered by the pressure that Zach is applying to his Ford. So taking a look at Jack coming over the last turn over here, waving the black and white checkered flag. Welcome the number 10 to the Legends Endurance as he takes the final spot here at Coda for the Legends Endurance. Congratulations to Jack for taking that final spot. And we'll see you at Daytona, 250 kilometers. Enjoy, and congratulations once again. And Jimmy Fuego was actually the most consistent and fastest lap. It's insane. Either way, we are gonna go back to LRS stock car. We're gonna go for Indy. We're gonna go to the Wingspan Brickyard race for now, round 9, and then afterwards we're gonna do Daytona finale. We're gonna find out who's going to be the stock car champion.